What's going on, people? It's your boy Phrankleen. It's a beautiful day here where I am. The weather is lovely, sunny day, shining. Right. First of all, I want to say thank you to the new subscribers on my channel. For those of you that just subscribed a few days ago, and for those of you that have been following my channel, thank you for your support. People that watch my content. I made a video a few days ago about, actually a couple of days ago. Good morning, Prince Wallace. Thank you. So I made a video a few days ago about the issue of Busola Dakolo and the rape allegation with the pastor of good morning, people, good morning, against Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo of Coza, right? I went off in that video. I had a bit of a rant because it's concerning, it's heartbreaking. The injustice that goes on in Nigeria and across Africa, it's absolutely unbelievable. But I woke up to what feels like a bit of a breakthrough, a bit of a breakthrough, a bit of a good news this morning. So I thought, why not? Good morning, Mr. Ayodeji Babalola. Thank you, man. Good morning, fantastic people. So yeah, but before we talk about this dude, hey, what's up, Larissa? What's up, man? From Belgium. Good morning, Azan, Animasha. Good morning, wonderful people. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to talk about a few things. So in the past couple of days, the story went viral. Stuff, internet went awash, everything exploded, and everyone has got opinion. Plus, I had an opinion, I had things to say. But I'm going to go back to the fact that I'm particularly marveled. I'm shocked by the attitude and how mentally repressed people are in Nigeria, should I say in Africa. It's really scary, because when you look at thousands and millions of people who have allowed religion and particularly their beliefs in men, humans like them, take over their lives, affect their judgment, affect their morality. Because I saw comments online from grown women who are even old enough to give birth to Busola Dakolo. Now, we're not talking about who is wrong, who is right now, but the attitude. Hi, Helen Francis, greetings from Tel Aviv. Wow, greetings from the UK. And the shocking thing is how dismissive people are. I actually read a woman in her 50s, and I understand that woman has got 4 children. One of the church members basically saying, I know my pastor too well, he can do no wrong. Really? I mean, the question I was asking someone yesterday is, if Busola Dakolo was your daughter, would you have the same stance? Would you make the same utterance? Would you go online? Would you say to your daughter, I stand by my pastor, I put you as, and some people, and this whole culture of victim blaming, the past couple of days have given me, I mean, some things I already know myself, but it's given me further insight into how mentally backward a lot of our people are. It's unbelievable. And it's really scary for those of you that got children, people that have got children, you've got younger ones, you've got family members, females. I had people sending me tons and tons of emails. And in fact, do you know what? I digress. Because of my video that I made a couple of days ago, I actually got several emails, heartbreaking emails from people, Nigerian women, some of them living abroad, some of them currently live in Nigeria, who have been victims of sexual abuse. A lady actually sent me a really lengthy message on Instagram, in my DM, and I was almost crying because I was reading it, and she told me how her father got her tied up by a couple of military men and said she's a demon. She was trying to ruin the pastor. She said she lived in Imo State. She grew up in Imo State, and the pastor that was like a friend of the family. They're usually friends of the family. They usually want their way in, if you get what I'm saying. And she talked about how the man, first of all, abused her younger sister, right? Then he picked on herself. He forcefully had sex with her behind the building next to their well. And she said she took the courage and told her father. And she said she would never forget. Her father tied her up and got 2 military men to beat the crap out of her. They said she was possessed. They locked her up in a dark room for like 7 days. Some junior pastors from the church of the accused came in the name of deliverance. One of them further abused this woman. This woman now lives in Belgium. You know, you hear some of the stories, and you probably think, oh, you know, it's impossible. People are making these things up. But these things are the truth. When you live in a society where people are so quick to demonize you and say you're a liar, oh, you're making this up, oh, keep quiet, stop talking about this, oh, you're trying to sabotage the man of God, blah de blah de blah, and all that. Now I'm trying to get to somewhere, and I get what you're saying about illiteracy is just so horrible. There are a bunch of people who are illiterate, and there are those who are well educated, at least, you know, educated up to a reasonable extent. And you see some of their, you listen to some of their submissions, and it's absolutely shocking. Now, this lady said it took about 6 years later after that abuse, then for her father to then find out or realize that she was actually saying the truth, because that same pastor impregnated 4 other young ladies in the church. So one of them, he was trying to forcefully get that one to go through an abortion with a quack doctor, and unfortunately that lady died, right? So that exposed the pastor. He said this happened in Imo State, and so then our father then came to his senses and was like, oh, my daughter, I'm sorry, but unfortunately our father died 11 days later, and this lady still has that burden. She said she's been to a couple of therapists, and she's even struggling being a mom. The reason I'm sharing this story is there are so many ignorant people that I've seen online. Some don't even understand what it means, particularly trauma that comes with it. There are people, as God willing, they might be able to recover emotionally and forge on with life. And there are people, good morning Richard, that would never recover from the trauma. It's life shattering. It destroys them completely. It ruins people's lives because it's emotionally shattering. Some people, when they go on in life, they're unable to sustain relationship with partners, male or female. They're unable to sustain friendship or even become parents or do things normally because that it is impressed on their minds. They are destroyed internally. It's not something you can talk someone out of. Now imagine in a society where what I observed from this guy's case, you have people who have gathered a bunch of buffoons into a building. They take your money every day, every week, every month. They enrich themselves. They then use that money that you, the poor man, helped them to accumulate. They use that money to suppress you, to abuse you. They go to any extent. They go to any extent to have you destroyed. Should you speak up? Should you? There's somebody sent me an email early this morning. I read about 6:30 in the morning. She's based in California. She actually said a friend of hers helped her to get a visa to run out of Nigeria. She said somewhere in Lagos, Surulere or something, she was sexually abused, and when she summoned the courage to tell her parents, she said the church, she said an attempt was made on her life twice to get her assassinated. She was badly bitten, she lost a tooth, and her friend managed to put something together and got her out of Nigeria. She said till date, she's been out of Nigeria for 5 years. Her father is still sending threatening messages. You won't make it in America. You will come back home deported. You want to ask yourself, what kind of parents are this? That your own child gets abused, and Hey, Kingsway, I hail. Greetings from Paris. Hey, I'm hailing from the UK here, man. Thank you. Your own child. I saw a couple of video clips. I'm sure some of you have seen this, where somebody recorded something in this guy's this guy's church yesterday during the church service, and you can see thousands and thousands of Nigerians shouting "Papa" and hailing, and singing and admonishing and lending their support. There is this guy called, I was very impressed, Aka Bance or something. I think he's one of those actors in Nigeria. It's called Aka. I saw his tweets. He goes to that church. He has a huge amount of respect for the said man of God. But for this guy to be able to separate emotions and not allow himself to be biased and be able to speak up that, justice is meant to be accorded to persons involved. Due process is meant to be allowed. This is what we are talking about. We live in a society where people are neck deep in corruption. Did you see, I'm sure some of you saw videos on social media where, because of course it's gone viral, that people went to Coza to protest, and some hoodlums were trying to do a counter protest to discredit the protesters, right? Did you see that? And some of them were Hausa and very rough, scruffy looking people, couldn't even speak a word of English, and you could tell that they don't attend the church because they were told they were given 10,000 naira for protesting. Some of them didn't even know why they were there. So that in itself was a major question mark. If you were prepared to hire a bunch of people to go and protest and put up placards. I mean, if I am a true member of that church and I wanted to protest on behalf of the pastor, I would put my neck on the line and hold a placard. But if you have to go hire people to pretend as though they're your members, there goes the handwriting on the wall. I mean, I suppose what everyone is looking for is you want this guy to openly admit. You want him to openly admit and say, "Oh, I did it." The only way that's going to happen is in a court environment, right? Where if you go through the legal process, which is usually tedious, that woman or everyone that comes forward, they will have to unfortunately have to go through a tedious process of reliving their horrors. They will be cross-examined. Lawyers are ruthless because if he gets lawyers, the job of his lawyer will be to discredit them, to make sure he walks free. So lawyers will, hi, Oseseme from Belfast. Thank you for joining. Thank you. The job of these lawyers will be to discredit you, to make sure he walks free. I mean, we've seen so many flagship cases across the world, even murder cases like the case of the O.J. Simpson and all that stuff. Legal battle is filthy. Lawyers will get money. They will do anything. The judicial process will be more than likely corrupted once dirty money exchange hands in the background. I don't think, and I say this with all due respect, my heart goes to the Dakolos. Timi Dakolo, right? I've known him as an artist and stuff, but he gets a one-up in my book. He gets a major credit. Stood by his woman, which is the right thing for you to do. And I don't think they've got deep pockets. I'm sure they will have support from honorable members of the public, but these people, these pastors, these big guns, believe me, I said it in my video. If you haven't watched my last video, I said it. This whole church thing, this men of God, the fly private jets, they're worth multi millions. What do you think? You think you're looking at a human being who is just on the pulpit there to praise them? No. It's an occult. It's a big business. People were shouting on Instagram and Twitter that this man's wife, his wife did not say anything to try to support Busola. Are you kidding me? That's his wife. I can assure you, his wife knows the truth. She knows him in and out. She knows him. That's his wife. She knows him. That means they're going to lose the position of being a pastor's wife, the well-paid job, all the millions coming in, mommy this, mommy that, mommy Gio. It's about power. It's about control. It's about the connection. It's about the money. It's about the fame, the glitz, the glamour, the business class trips. across the world, rubbing shoulders with other elites within the so-called, spiritual circle. You think they want to give all that up? Have Well, I was going to say have their reputation sabotaged. There's no reputation as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, they're not going to cave in unless, you bring out those rock solid evidences. But what I'm delighted about is, you see, Nigerians came together. They made an effective use of social media. They made an effective use of coming together, people making noise and pushing and mounting pressure. So guy wakes up this morning, Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo, and he decided to step down. So as at the time of this video, Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo has stepped down as the pastor of Coza. That tells you something. From my personal observation, dude is very arrogant, and people were already saying it as of yesterday that this too will pass, because there was a woman, is it S.A. Walters, a while back, that came out publicly. She got a bit of support, but the whole story died down. They swept it under the carpet. They discredited the lady. They said this and that and stuff. But I'm so glad about this pressure, that the pressure has made him step down. I think it's a step in the right direction, and we'll see how things unfold. But people are talking about he's written this as though he has. Look, there are shareholders, there are people in the background, there are people, but then the pressure has gotten to a point where he's being backed into a corner now, and he has no choice but to step down. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I go back to what I said previously. I don't care what anyone else says. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But I personally, I believe that woman. I believe that woman's story. But you see, I'm going to end on this. Religion, religiosity is a major problem in Africa. It's killing and destroying lives. It's mentally crippling our people. People are ready to throw you down the drain because my pastor said this, my pastor said that. They don't care. This sheep, they are internally, externally, mentally blind and just retarded. Why? Okay, you know what? I've said it before. You believe in God and you want to worship God, whatever floats your boat. But how did we turn out to be this way? How did we get to this point whereby empathy has completely disappeared? Ethics is completely gone down the drain. Thank you, Ruby, man. Thank you for feeling generous this morning, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Empathy has gone down the drain. And the really shocking part is women. Because I said to you, man, I can make several videos out of this. A lot of women have sent me emails saying this video has gone viral and telling me about their stories, and it's very worrying, the number of people who are victims of sexual abuse. A lot of broken females, a lot of broken males. There was a brother that sent me an email. He actually lives here in the UK. The brother told me that he lived with 4 different families and he became suicidal and stuff. He was sexually abused on 3 different occasions with 3 different people he lived with. Said those people, and he's Nigerian. Unfortunately, his parents sent him to the UK as a young boy in the hope that family would look after him. This is what I said in my past videos. Look, for those of you with young children, with nieces and nephews and stuff, don't be completely trusting. I'm not saying you should wrongfully label people as abusers and stuff, but be very careful. You see, children are vulnerable. Don't ever forget that. Even a 16-year-old, they say, 16-year-old, 17-year-old. A 16-year-old is a child. A 17-year-old is a baby. What do you know? You've barely started life. This is why I look at people and I'm amazed that these idiotic people would go on about, so at age 17, she's already an adult. Are you mad? 17. Let me see your picture when you were a 17-year-old. I bet we will see your mother's breast milk still wet on your lips. Are you serious? What does a 16 or a 17-year-old? There's so many gullible 16 and 17-year-olds. You're a child. Even some 21-year-olds still don't have a clue about life. Thank you, Awua. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, to see grown-ups talking about 17, will take more now. Well, in certain areas, of course, a 17-year-old should know how to wash their bum and have their own shower and be able to do dishes or maybe be able to cook 1 or 2 meals. But I'm talking about experiences. When you're dealing with predators, when you're dealing with somebody who is mentally manipulating you, what do you expect a 16-year-old to know about life? They're not working. They don't have the experience of the world we live in. The world is filled with complexity and wickedness, and you have idiots in the name of religion. 17. Oh, go take one now, and she wanted to enjoy it. Would you say the same thing if that was your daughter? I'm still surprised. Religion is the people. This is why I keep telling you, man. If we don't emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, man, the fabric of that society, man, is getting damaged and damaged every day. And this reflects in other areas. This is why I say, personally, if I meet you and we're trying to have a logical, just a normal conversation, I feel uncomfortable when somebody sits in front of me and they are trying to, they allude to, by His grace, the Bible says, it is well. Like, can you not just sustain a normal conversation? You know, I hope and I pray that Busola and every woman out there, and every one who's been a victim of, you know, similar type of attack and abuse, that they get help, that they're able to, you know, I mean, I say that with all due respect, because like I say, man, trauma is not something you just trivialize. It's not something you talk about casually and you accept people to snap out of it. Some people will never. Some people turn to drugs. Some people even start to self-destruct. Some people can't even hold a career because it is impressed on their minds. It takes over their lives. And especially when everybody around you, family is meant to be a support network. Family and good friends, they're meant to be a pillar for you to hold on to. So when they're the ones that push you into the mouth of the shark, they're the ones that quickly discredit you and say you are lying, you are chasing clout, you're clout chasing, you're demonic, you're trying to ruin the ministry of the said pastors. I mean, this is why I ask people, where has it landed you? All of these people, they call him Gucci pastor, they make money off you week in, week out. They fleece you. I don't care what anyone's got to say. Look at the level of poverty in Nigeria. How many of these pastors have set up programs to say, everybody in my church, come with your business plans, come with your business cases. I'm going to use my fame and position to help you get bank loans and grow your business. What have they done? What's this gospel? What do you need private jet? I'm here in the UK. Somebody's watching me from Germany. Somebody's in Nigeria watching me. Somebody's in the States. What do you exactly need a private jet for? I still say that, and this is at the basic level. What do you need a private jet for? Why do you call yourself a man of God? I'm just saying, why do you call yourself a man of God and you need a convoy of 12 cars? You need security guards with guns and, with cartridges and batons. You need soldiers. You're coming out of your convoy like you are some head of state that needs security protection. You claim to be disseminating the gospel from a booklet that you believe in. What do you need all that for? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. What do you need? This is why I said the fleecing. It's all a network. It's a massive network whereby the poor man don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance, man. They will come after you and try to destroy. I'm glad that we if there is one lesson learned, I'm going to wrap up now. If there is one lesson learned from this, it tells you that, this tells me personally, lesson learned from this. The fact that I woke up this morning to find out that this guy has stepped down, it put a big smile on my face. It's still not the outcome, because we want this properly investigated. We want the authorities, the police, the CIDs, lawyers, we want this dealt with properly, not just stepping down and going into the backseat, okay? But The fact that we can come together as a people, the pressure has made him back down and step away from that spotlight. I'm glad. Despite not agreeing with the lack of understanding, the rational standing of people, I think the fact that pastors are generally regarded as wealthy. Yeah, pastors are 99.9% of pastors in Nigeria are wealthy. What are you talking about, man? Okay, talk about yourself. You as an average person. An average person will go get a job based on the level of your skills, right? You are given a certain type of salary. A pastor is leading a church. He's got people at his beck and call. Within the two shakes of a duck still, the pastor is worth multi-millions. How did they become, worth multi-millions? They have properties, they have lands, they have homes, they have cars, they have every goddamn thing you can think of. Very easy to accumulate wealth. Everybody's throwing, oh, pastor, I'm sowing cars. I don't even know. It's only in Africa you hear that. That's why the white man will look at us and think we are retarded. You're sowing cars into the life of some... why do you need to sow a car? If you know someone that desperately needs a car, a family, gift it to somebody that actually needs it. But hey, you know what? That's me done for now. I'm going to keep tabs on things. He stepped down. And yeah, I hope all those people that have been sexually abused. But let me tell you something. Let me close on this. Let me say something. If you're a victim of abuse, please. I know it's scary, especially when you're in an environment where people don't listen. But if you're a victim of abuse in any way, shape, or form, your workplace, a family member, somebody who is close, a pastor, speak up. Speak up. Let the world know. Speak up. Speak up. Push it out. Speak up. Don't let people discredit you. Don't let them make you look like or feel like you're worthless or you're a liar. Because I know the attitude is people will try to look at you like you're no longer pure or you're demonic and all that crap. It's a lie. Okay, it's all emotional abuse to shut you up. Speak up. Let the world hear you. Okay, let's hold the nasty people accountable for their actions. All right. Thank you for stopping by. That's me done. And I'll go back to my normal uploads in a couple of days. If I see anything that pops up that I need to talk about, and often I'll do this live sessions more and more. Okay. If you want to contact me, foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Foodchannel1960@gmail.com. It's your boy Phrankleen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fantastic week. Have a productive one. For those of you that dropped a couple of donations, thank you, man. And if you have a problem with Arsenal, I'm an Arsenal fan. Look at my back. I'll see you in the next one, man. Have a nice day. Bye-bye now.